finally joining us is Michael Amanasi, popularly known as MC Lively.
Actor, comedian, content creator extraordinaire.
Yes, sir.
In fact, producer, scriptwriter.
So many sides
actor,
to him,
everything
really.
inside. But you might probably not recognize him how he looks now, because usually he's wearing a white shirt, a tie, and he has one of those like satchels that you use when you're going to work. It's great to have you
Today,
in the
decided
studio.
to come as a distinguished person.
Yes,
Welcome.
sir.
My pleasure. Thank you for that introduction. My head was doing wow.
Jim.
The pepper will make it normalized.
Steez. I tried to come as, you know, Steve.
What? Steez, Abby?
It's Talasin Kungbe.
Oh, wow. Okay, so MC Lively, you need to let us in. Let us in. Tell us how that character, that first character we recognize so much, came to be. The grandfather cap, the white shirt, the tie, and that satchel. Should I call it Kango
We actually
cap?
just
Kango
added
cap.
the Kango cap like this. Before
Really?
it was normally just the tie, because I wanted them to see my head.
Okay.
I went bald in 2017.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
and it was as though, as I became bald, my fame also came.
Wow.
It's like that's what my fame was waiting for. But yeah, to explain how the white shirt and trousers started, it pretty much started in law school. I'm a lawyer. I studied law.
Oh.
So we used to wear white and black in law. And when I started doing comedy skits back in the day, for a long while I was lost. I didn't really feel connected to the videos.
Okay.
And I didn't feel like I was expressing my soul. So after many tries, one day I decided that I needed to express the fact that I'm a lawyer to people, so people can actually see that I'm a lawyer from my content. And the first option was to wear my wig and gown and start doing skits in wig and gown. It was too much.
Yeah.
I was scared that it was going to be too much. So I did one
without
skit.
disrespecting the profession, drama.
Oh, you get it. So I decided to stick with my white and black.
Okay.
And lo and behold, I don't think I did up to 4 or 5 skits after I started doing that white and black.
Yeah.
That one of them went viral.
Wow.
Yeah, it was as though it was connected. The universe was telling me, hey, move this way.
Yeah.
And then, you know how many skit makers cleverly stick to a uniform?
Yeah.
Is it to cut costs or just to have that brand identity? I ask because I know there are some people that will do maybe blue shirt and brown trousers.
Yeah.
You know who that person is?
Yeah.
There are some who do the really bright blue shirt
Yes.
with the big belly.
Yeah.
We know who that is.
Yeah.
So is that a thing of, creating an identity or to save costs? What actually informs it initially?
I don't think it's saving costs. I think it's creating an identity. It's important for people to have something that they can connect and tie you to.
Okay.
I mean, after a while, sometimes it gets a bit boring.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I wanted to dump it completely
Switch up, yeah.
and switch up. But my manager at the time, Peza, didn't let me.
You wanted to steeze up.
Yeah.
I wanted to steeze up because, look at it now. Look at
Yeah.
What do you want now? You know?
Just look at me now.
Is it not an established kind of situation?
Exactly.
So when I already established, I wanted to leave it behind. But I'm glad I had great advisors.
Yeah.
And I was told that I can do diversify and add a few other
Alter
things
ego.
to it.
Sure.
Add some alter ego, but don't leave
What you're originally known
what you're known for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it's important because many people don't like you to stress them. Like when they know you with something, they like to see that thing repeatedly, even if not all the time.
So do you have a persona in mind whenever you start your skits? Is there some particular person you're trying to remember? Is it like an uncle or an old friend or your dad? Someone that always comes to mind when you start performing?
This is a very interesting question. I don't think I've ever been asked this question before.
Okay.
But I think that my craft is a conglomerate.
Wahala.
Where did that word come from?
I think I tell you I'm a lawyer.
Okay,
So
well,
what happens is I'm not going to court again. So it's a normal conversation like this that I usually drop all the big
It's
English.
time to resume
So
work.
like I'm saying, it's like a conglomerate of many people that I looked up to growing up. My mom and dad definitely involved, and a lot of other people that I watched growing up. I think that it was a community that taught me comedy. I don't think I was as funny when I was much younger. I think I had the talent, but it was almost as though the community helped me become even better. So I think it's not just one person.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I used to be very temperamental growing up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to have anger issues. So I think that my craft is a genius way of turning my anger into comedy.
Okay.
So it's almost as though immediately I wear that white and black, it's like license to be angry.
Interesting.
Because, you know, when I saw you the first time you were here, I was like, voila, but where you go? And then, you know, you coming today looking distinguished. I'm like, okay, is it that the temper is going down? Because you're always angry at somebody. You're always angry at something. Now, that anger that you said you decided to channel, what was the first form of anger that made you say, okay, this is what I want to do and this is how I want to do it? What was that first form of anger? Was it hunger or was it somebody that vexed?
Definitely hunger is there. Definitely hunger is there. A lot of hunger. That is when I say that is compound hunger.
Compound hunger.
You know, when there's a lot of hunger, yes, but also I think another thing that really contributed to it is my service here. I was torn in between practicing law and practicing comedy.
Wow.
Now, I had studied law for so long. I was not a bad student. I was a good student. And I wanted to do it. But what my eyes saw in service here sort of made me really angry with the legal profession, because it's almost like, why do you expect us to spend so much going to school, and then we come out of school and you're offering us peanuts as pay? It was ridiculous.
50,000 in some cases. Yeah. I said it. Many
It's
people
good.
don't know.
It's fine that you shared 50,000 because it's 5,000 that they paid me.
That yours. Okay.
In NYSC. Yes, and I calculated this that, okay, my daddy borrowed this amount for my law school.
Wow.
All right, so which year
are you going to pay this money back?
Yeah, so a lot of things like that.
So, you know, it's interesting that, you know, as a skit maker over the years, you have to sort of reinvent your stories over and over again. And at some point, you might get to a place where you're not really sure which direction to go, because a lot of people are expecting you to always connect with them, so you risk losing a particular audience once you advance. But then, don't you think there should be this prosperity message coming in sometime soon, somewhere down the line?
That is, BM should prosper.
Yeah.
I don't know, depending on where the universe takes us to. If the universe thinks that, of course, we're already writing some, especially into our YouTube series. BM is already saying job, although you will fail and mess it up some way or the other. But yes, it's been evolving. And yeah, most times when I don't understand it, I take a pause. Because at the end of the day, it's my story that I'm telling. It's important for people to have inputs and also guide. But ultimately, the inner guidance system that every human being has is sufficient to guide us through whatever it is that we may be going through. So yes, we keep evolving. We keep going from strength to strength, writing new stories, fabulous stories, so that our viewers can keep getting engaged.
So the world has gotten to a place that people don't do one thing anymore. They diversify. You do this, you do that. And then, of course, some say it's to make ends meet. Some is just to explore their various interests. For you, what else are you doing? And is it to make ends meet or just to explore?
What else am I doing? I'm going more into production these days. Would I say it's to make ends meet? I think, except to align to ourselves, everything we are doing is to make ends meet.
This guy.
Well,
naturally, everybody want to make the end to meet. If the end do not meet, everybody.
Does the end never even meet?
The end, no, they ever meet.
True. So YouTube, your subscriber base is quite large, almost 400,000 subscribers. Amazing stuff.
Thank you.
Instagram, 2.8 million. That's a feat, like, really amazing. With skits? Okay, so there's someone watching now that's wondering if there was anything you did, you know, specifically to get that crazy boost of numbers. Because some people have been doing this for years and they don't have those numbers. What do you think it is?
And I don't like to compare, but some people have also been doing it for not so long and they have more numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about being true to who you are.
Okay.
Understanding what people like, and when you find that thing that people like, give them more of it.
Okay.
Looking out for more other things that moving with the times, really, because, like you said, times change.
Yeah.
It's important for us to also grow with the times. It's one of the hardest things to do, because in the world as it is now, it's almost as though there's a lot more that's required of you. There's a lot more apps where you can display yourself. There's like 16 apps now where you can put your content. You can do this, you can do that. There's a lot more things that you can do. So when you evolve with the times, when you stay true to yourself and you are really consistent. Consistent is, I think, the major one.
Yeah.
If I'm going to take a cue from a group of friends that we pretty much started together, when we see where many of us are now, most people are really, really serious with their consistency. Consistency is very, 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 very important.
Sure.
So, well, I know quite well that for someone like you, we've seen you downing amala and all that. So I'm quite curious.
Very fun videos.
If you were to have one meal only,
For
the rest of
my
your life, what meal would it be?
Beans.
No.
I love beans.
Beans?
Beans.
Seriously?
Take me away.
Wow.
You said
What type of beans?
All types. And we're going. Beans and bread, beans and yam, beans and potato, beans and anything.
Beans and corn.
I didn't see that coming.
Have you eaten spaghetti before?
Spaghetti.
Yes.
Wow.
That's when you cook beans and rice and spaghetti together.
I'm
Sometimes-
tweeting
Wait. Rice.
Spaghetti.
You put beans in the rice, then you now put spaghetti.
Yes, so the way
Not that you buy it separately, you cook
buy
it
separately,
together.
you will have been cooking, so you first put the beans on the fire. You will
Yeah.
have do like 30, 45 minutes.
Wow.
Then you now put the rice. Do you
Okay.
understand? Then you now go and do, the pepper stuff. You now go
Yeah.
and do it in another pot. You understand? Put all the fish. So by the time that it's almost done, then you now put spag.
inside the pepper.
Then
Oh, okay.
inside the beans
and the rice.
See
It's already
description with
done it.
passion.
You understand? And that's how we cook it in our world. What are you talking about?
Wow. Spaghetti.
When you now put that stuff,
Wow.
to simmer.
Oh, let's
You
go.
were long. Wahala.
Okay, so we're gonna invite you to the kitchen one of these days to come and prepare.
Yes,
it
I
for
think
us.
we'd like to have you.
Spaghetti.
make us spaghetti. But we don't have spaghetti for you today. We have suya jollof.
I'm
Yeah.
there, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm already there like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like this, like this.
So
I'm
let's
there.
head over to the kitchen. Spaghetti.
All right.
Let's go.